The Rams eye an upset in Barberville, Kentucky as they look for revenge against the number 11 ranked Union College Bulldogs. It's Bluefield and Union here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, welcome into Robesian Arena in Barberville, Kentucky. My name is Bailey Engel. We're glad to have you with us for a big matchup in the AAC. Bluefield taking on Union after being dropped by the Bulldogs 74-54 in a rough game back in November. Bluefield only shot 20% from the field and 23% from beyond the arc in that 20-point loss to the Bulldogs in a game that was lopsided from the start. But now the Bulldogs, they're a brand new team and they have not been playing well as of late. They have lost their last two matchups playing against Bryan as well as the red-hot Milligan Buffaloes a couple of games ago, and now face off against Bluefield, eyeing their 12th win in the AAC, while the Rams right now 8-7 in the AAC, headed by Richard Morgan, coming off of a crucial win against Truett McConnell just a few days ago inside of the Dome. Blakely for Union, the guy to watch out for, making another start for the Bulldogs, recently scored his 1,000th point this year for the Bluefield College Rams, and for Bluefield, or for Union College, trying to bounce back after losing the past couple of games. They will try to solidify Bluefield's three-point attack once again, like they did in that matchup back in November. Rams wearing the red jerseys with Donnell Gooch, Jeremiah Jenkins, Jorge Concepcion, Taekwon Reed, and Nae'Qwan Cousins on the floor for Bluefield. Rams will face off against Blakely as well as DeMarcus Lohman, the junior guard from Atlanta, Georgia. He's joined by Derek Mormon, the junior guard from Marin City, California, as well as Jacoby Wharton, the junior from Louisville, Kentucky. And this is a Union team that won the national championship just 2 years ago, the Division II NAIA Men's Basketball National Championship. After a long winning streak to end the season, Union was able to get to the promised land in the NAIA. Onto the floor, Kevin Burton now in his 7th season. He has really hit the high marks for Union College, but the Rams trying to get a big old win against a ranked opponent here at the Robesian Arena, a place last year where they took Union down to the buzzer. Last year for Union and Bluefield, that was one of the better matchups to watch in the entire AAC. Union swept those matchups against Bluefield by a combined 4 points. So in the middle for the tip, it'll be DeMarcus Lohman for Union, trying to go left to right, and Donnell Gooch going right to left for Bluefield. Gooch has the height advantage. See who will win the tip. Ball is in the air. Gooch swats it away, but it goes in the hands of Derek Morgan into the left wing. And we are underway here in Union. Top of the key, Jabari Antwine, the Chicago, Illinois native, dribbles in, lost the ball. Lohman tried to go in for the layup, but it's picked away by Nae'Qwan Cousins. Jeremiah Jenkins running the point for Bluefield, the sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia, goes across the timeline with 19:40 left in the first half. Instructs Taekwon Reed to cut towards the basket. Down the right wing, Jeremiah Jenkins backs up with a 15 on the shot clock. Cross-court lob, Reed into the left wing. Jorge Concepcion trying to garner some sort of separation with Lance Blakely. So now with just 6 on the shot clock, Nae'Qwan Cousins drives in on the left baseline, hooks up a shot he missed. It was awkward as Nae'Qwan Cousins didn't have the right angle. DeMarcus Lohman going coast to coast, lost the ball, stripped away Concepcion. Rams going 2-on-2 into the front court. Jeremiah Jenkins steps into a long left wing 2. He missed. Rebound trying to go for Bluefield, bumping off of the hands and feet of Nae'Qwan Cousins across into the baseline. So Jacoby Wharton will have it for Union. Richard Morgan heading these Bluefield College Rams, searching for their 14th win of the year. They have not played well on the road, but at the moment just 2 losses at the Dome, and a big week for Bluefield College basketball. They'll go on the road on Thursday as well to face off against Allen. Skip pass onto the right wing for Jacoby Wharton. Entry lob, and it is a foul called on that entry pass in on Taekwon Reed. It was a lob in looking for Jabari Antwine. First foul for Bluefield, and for Taekwon Reed, a player that doesn't need to get into foul trouble. 15 points per game for Bluefield, leading the way. Antwine kicks it up way in the air for helping Wharton to the left wing. Around the arc, back for Antwine into the far corner. Top of the key, Antwine passes on to the right side. Lohman pumps a 3. Wharton near corner, right through. 3-0, and Union takes the lead first. 18:34 left to go in the first half. Rams still searching for their first basket. Rams cannot get off to a slow start like they did against Union the last time out. Of course, if you remember, that was the game where the power went out. Gooch at the right elbow, pumps it left wing. Jeremiah Jenkins tries to put it on the deck and does. Skates towards the top of the key. Dribbles onto the right elbow, crossover, retreats back out, not on the shot clock. Underhands Taekwon Reed, deep right wing. 5 on the shot clock, steps in. Long 2, backboard off the mark. Rebound Lohman for Union. Here comes Union in transition. Jabari Antoine into the front court. Passes into the near corner. Lost the ball. Derek Morgan. And the ball goes onto the sideline right near the Bluefield bench. 18 minutes flat. Still 3-0 in favor of Union. They have lost their last 2 games against Bryan as well as Milligan. Milligan just snapped a 10-game winning streak a few days ago. If you remember when Bluefield went to Johnson City, Tennessee, it did not end well for the Bluefield College Rams, and Milligan got on that gigantic winning streak. Concepcion penetrates in, retreats back out into the right wing with 17:48 left to go. Wearing all red and a red t-shirt under it. As a crossover dribble, pivots looking for a receiver on this pass. Still in pressure as he bounces top of the key. Jenkins drives onto the left side. Kick out far corner. Cousins drives right baseline. And a foul called as the sophomore was trying to go to the rim, rather the junior. And it's the first foul called on Union. And the culprit is Derek Morgan. 3-0 still the score. Rams are down after the 3 was hit by Jabari Antoine. Still looking for the first basket. Inbounds pass coming from Jeremiah Jenkins. Onto the right side. Looks for a receiver on the pass. Gives it to Naekwon Cousins. Kicks onto the right elbow. Donnell Gooch jumps, floats, and scores with a foul. Whistle blew. Donnell Gooch tried to scoop with the right hand, turned his palm around, and then pushed the ball in through the rim to make it 3-2. A free throw can make it a tie game. Second foul called on Union. First one called on KJ Duronslet, a big-time guy coming off of the bench. The 6th man, really, that everybody has to watch out for when you play Union. He went 12-12 against Bluefield last time out as Gooch fires a free throw and misses. So the lead stays with Union. 3-2 the score. And in the front court goes Union. Lohman picks it up, fires over to Wharton. His shot no good. Rebound Blakely. And now Union will start again. 3 on the way from Lohman from the left wing. He missed. Donnell Gooch jumped up for the defensive board. 3-2 remains the score. 17-13 first half as Concepcion drives into the front court, gives to Reed, who pivots and walks in the right wing. Reed not excited about that walk call, that's for sure. And the ball goes back into the hands of Union, wearing the all black with the orange trim. Bounce pass top of the key for KJ Duronslet coming from Jabari Antoine, who wears that white headband. DeMarcus Lohman underhands Wharton onto the right wing, working around the perimeter as he gives onto the top of the key for Duronslet. Drives left side of the paint, pumps a pass on the left side. Wharton jumps for 2, misses the layup, but he's fouled in the process. That will send him to the line. First foul on Gooch. Second team foul for Bluefield with 16:49 left to go in the first half. Both teams have just hit 1 shot so far. First shot on the way for DeMarcus Lohman, the junior from Atlanta, and his first shot rims out. So the score stays 3-2. That last game for Bluefield against Truett McConnell was really a collection of trading haymakers between both of the teams, and then right at the end, Bluefield pulled away after the Bears were able to take the late lead. Missed the free throw, tipped into the hands of Duronslet, though, and Union has a fresh look at this offense. Jabari Antoine gives top of the key for Lohman. Entry lob down low to Duronslet. Pump fake, fires a 2, rattles in. 5-2, back to a 3-point lead for Union. 16.5 remaining before this first half is over. Rams have only scored 1 basket so far, and it came off of the hands of Donnell Gooch on an and 1. Jeremiah Jenkins in the left wing. Entry lob, Gooch at the free throw line. Tries to pivot for separation. Backs in on the left block. Duronslet tries to reach in. Gooch makes him pay after he tried to cheat in and lays it in on the right hand. Makes it 5-4. 1-point game. Here comes Antoine driving straight down the heart of the court and dribbled it out of bounds off the hands of Jeremiah Jenkins, who thought that Antoine had possibly just dribbled it off of his own black shoe. 5-4 the score, 16:03 left to go. Kick out, far corner 3, off the back iron for Jacoby Wharton, rebounded by Duronslet. Another try for Duronslet to Wharton, and this time they connect on the 3. Second time's the charm. 8-4 the score, a 4-point lead for Union. Rams have only scored 2 shots, both of them coming from Donnell Gooch. Top of the key goes Concepcion. The senior drives in, passes far corner. Naquan Cousins off of the screen, backs up, swats the ball away to Ronslet. And now Bluefield will have an inbounds pass into the far corner with 14 seconds left on the shot clock, 15:39 on the game clock. 8-4 the score, both teams with 2 fouls. Rams trying to keep this interesting and give Union their 3rd straight loss as Jeremiah Jenkins loops it in for Del Gooch onto the right side, underhands back to Jenkins, drives in, lost the ball, still scraping for it, picked up by Union's Antoine to the backcourt. 15.5 minutes remaining. Here comes Wharton straight down the lane and fouled on his way to the rim. Jorge Concepcion swatted the ball right at the end, but he got too much of the arm, says the official, and that's his first foul and a team 3rd with 15:27 left in the first half. Big week for Bluefield College. At this game against Union today, in 2 days you turn around and have to go down to South Carolina to face Allen as Wharton hits the first free throw to make it a 5-point game, 9-4. And then on Saturday, Reinhardt comes to town, and another conference matchup that Bluefield really needs to win. Wharton with the left hand fires away and scores. 6-point game, 10-4. Rams taking the ball back right to left. Union getting into the backcourt for themselves. Bluefield into the front court. Here comes Jeremiah Jenkins, drives into the right wing, finds no one to pass it to, and now hopes for a screen. Taekwon Reed back into the game. Jeremiah Jenkins loops it out into the corner. Concepcion in front of the Union bench. 12 on the shot clock. Concepcion dribbles left elbow. No one's cutting in. Now at the logo, 7 on the shot clock. Cousins provides the screen. Concepcion spins in, floats, back iron, he missed. Rebound to Ronslet. Union has it back. 10-4 they lead. 14:55. DeRonslet carry in the lane. Layup left hand, yes. 12-4 the score, back to an 8-point game. Bluefield has to slow it down. Taekwon Reed will run the point for Bluefield now as he parks it over into the left wing. Hesitates, then penetrates into the left elbow. Kick out right wing Jenkins. 14:35 left to go in the first half as Jenkins calls for a screen. Dribbles to the left off the Gooch screen. No pick and roll available. Cuts back onto the right side. Underhands Cousins. Jumps for the triple. Off the mark. Just rolled off of that rim. Rebound Lance Blakely. 12-4 remains the score in favor of Union. Here comes Antoine, meanders his way to the right, lost the ball, kicks up top of the key to Ronslet. Pivots, thought about a 3. Instead, zips down low. Antoine wide open onto the basket, lays it down on a reverse effort. Timeout called by Richard Morgan, and Union has taken a 10-point lead. 14:07 left to go in the first half, and Union is dominating so far. Up by 10 over Bluefield. Trent Dunn is into the game for the first time. Rams are down 14-4 after Union has came out red hot and Bluefield ice cold. Trent Dunn, the freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, cuts towards the top of the key and goes towards the left. 13:53 on the game clock. Kick out right wing. Cousins for 3. Swish. First 3 of the game for Bluefield. 14-7 now the score. And the first basket for Bluefield scored by someone other than Donnell Gooch. Back to a 7-point game. Antoine passes over to Lohman. Entry lob to Ronslet. Kick out onto the corner. Lance Blakely shoots a 3 and misses. Offensive board to Ronslet. Underhands Blakely, who lays it back in off of the right hand. 16-7 the score. A 9-point game now as Bluefield really is struggling, trying to find defensive efforts under the basket. As Jenkins skip pass over to Trent Dunn into the near corner. Cuts into a double team. Lobs it over into the far corner. Jenkins shoots for 3. Rattles out and in. 16-10 now the score. That one almost popped out, and Bluefield has hit the last 2 trays they have shot. Blakely, entry lob to Ronslett on the right side of the basket, overheads far corner, and a pass over to Lohman into the left wing. Underhands back top of the key. Blakely drives in, pumps a layup, front rim he missed. Rebound Concepcion. Rams trying to move forward, and an offensive foul is called in the backcourt. Concepcion tried to drive straight through DeRonslet, and DeRonslet drew the charge before Bluefield had a chance to take the ball across the timeline. Buzzer sounds, and that means substitutes coming in for Union. Austin Cummins checking in, as well as Dario Little. And back into the game goes Derek Morgan, who made the start. An inbounds pass on the far sideline. DeMarcus Lohman throws into the backcourt for Dario Little. 16-10 the score, 12:50 left in the first half. Little cuts to the left off of a screen. Jeremiah Jenkins picks him up. Cummins, entry lob down to Ronslett. Couple of pump fakes, shoots as he fades away onto the right side and connects. Makes it 18-10. Back to an 8-point lead. Union leading this one the entire time so far. 12.5 minutes remain in the first half. Trent Dunn wearing number 3. Wears number 30 in his home jersey, but Bluefield wearing the red ones today. Passes top of the key, Taekwon Reed, who has yet to hit a shot for Bluefield. Shovels into the left wing, loops up onto the free throw line. Gooch finds Nae'Qwan Cousins with an empty cut to the basket. 18-12. Really an empty lane. No one was there to swat the ball away from Cousins. DeMarcus Lohman for Union pumps a long 2 from the right wing. Back iron miss. Rebounded by Derek Morgan. Thought he pushed off. Instead, he carries it straight to the rim and scores to make it 20-12. Back to an 8-point game. 11:55 left to go in the first half. Well, for Bluefield, they have started out slow in this one, down by as much as 10, and now it's an 8-point game. As Trent Dunn bounce pass down to Donnell Gooch, and a foul is called on Austin Cummins. As Gooch was a little bit reckless with his dribbling efforts, Cummins came in, almost had the clean steal, and many in the Union student section thought he did. But instead, it's the third foul called on Union, first on Cummins. And with 11:42 left to go in the first half, the Rams will have an inbounds pass. Jeremiah Jenkins slaps the ball from the right side of the basket. Hopes for a receiver on the pass. He fires it to Reed, shoots a 3. It goes! Taekwon Reed tried to draw a foul. Instead, the 3 went. Wanted a 4-point play, but instead he makes it a 5-point game. 20-15. Perfect inbounds play for Bluefield. 11.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And Brandon Shields is ready to check in. Lohman drives in, scoops with the right hand. He missed. Rebound going for Nae'Qwan Cousins. And a foul called on Union on a push-off. Called on Little, that's his first, or rather that will be called on Jacoby Wharton, which actually is his first as well, and it's the 4th foul called on Union. Rams are down by 5, 20-15 the score. Nae'Qwan Cousins ready to throw the ball in. Donnell Gooch checks out, Brandon Shields in. That game against Truett McConnell, he got off to a red-hot start. He had 11 points to start out in that first half. It was kind of quiet in the second half. Bounce pass into Jenkins in the backcourt. Driving in on a double team. Spins away from Isaiah Knight. Rolls it out to Trent Dunn in front of the Bluefield bench. Trent Dunn meanders his way across the timeline and underhands Taekwon Reed in the deep left wing. 11:10 left to go in the first half. Reed shuffles to the right off a screen. Cuts back left. Pumps a pass over to Nae'Qwan Cousins. He's packed, but a foul is called. Reed almost went up to the rim, didn't have the look he wanted, gave to Nae'Qwan Cousins, who rose to the basket, and Lance Blakely got a piece of him. First foul called on Blakely, senior from Lexington, Kentucky, one of the best scorers in the AAC. And now Nae'Qwan Cousins will shoot 2 for Bluefield. 20-15 the score. Junior shoots and scores to make it 20-16, back down to a 4-point game. DeRonslet back into the game. Cummins leaves. And for Cousins, pretty good year at the line. Shooting 70%, could be better. Trying to make it 100% here. Flicks the right wrist, and it's both free throws. 3-point game, 20-17, for a guy that only played 1 year of varsity basketball in high school. Slap of the ball in the backcourt for Jacoby Wharton. Bluefield putting on a man-to-man defense. 3 matched up on 3. Trent Dunn with Dario Little, pair of number 3s. Dunn gets screened by KJ DeRonslet, and a foul is called on Union. Moving screen got in the way of Trent Dunn, and the officials did not fall for that. 20-17 the score. It's a 3-point lead for Union College as Ben Grove checks into the game for the first time. Bounces in the backcourt for Trent Dunn, who walks the ball nonchalantly across the timeline. Underhands Nae'Qwan Cousins. Rams have trailed by as much as 10. They have a chance to cut it down to a 1-point game here as Nae'Qwan Cousins muscles his way to the glass and lays it up and in with the right hand. 20-19 the score. It's a 1-point contest as Union takes the ball into their side of the court. Lohman drives in, shoots, and scores, but it will count. Wow. Delayed and one call. Nobody on the Union side was excited about that. That was an incredible play. 22-19 the score, back to a 3-point lead for Union. And now Lohman will go to the line. Lohman at the free throw line, taking a 3-point lead for Union College. Brandon Shields looking on to try to rebound this one. And now the first shot and only shot misses. Nae'Qwan Cousins pulls down the rebound. 3-point lead for Union College. Trent Dunn dribbles into the left wing. And now a moving screen is called on Bluefield. So tit for tat, really, as Taekwon Reed was the moving screen moments after KJ Duranslin for Union was called for the same violation. Inbounds pass almost stolen away by Trent Dunn, and Little takes the ball across the timeline. Drives in, Euro step in the lane, fires a layup. It won't count even if it went. Charge called as Brandon Shields flopped to the floor for the offensive foul. 22-19 the score. Taekwon Reed already with 2 fouls. 10:22 left to go in the first half. Rams are down by 3. 22-19 the score. Richard Morgan looking on, the former UVA star, now in a decade of Bluefield, trying to get this team back into the NAIA tournament. Jorge Concepcion in a double team in the backcourt. Overheads Nae'Qwan Cousins. Kick out near corner. Brandon Shields loops a 3. Swish. Tie ball game. 22-22. Brandon Shields had about 6 seconds to take that 3. He was so open. So after the score is tied, that big 10-point deficit has been erased. Antwine with the ball now, dribbling into the left wing. Underhands Blakely near the logo and passes on the right side for Wharton. Long 3, front rim miss. Ball's rolling loose, picked up by Cousins. Rams moving fast in transition. Concepcion lost the ball and dribbled it off of his own leg. Concepcion trying to argue that that ball was swatted away by Antwine for Union, but he will not sell it to the official. 9:40 left to go in the first half. 22-22 the score. Antwine high stepping the ball right across the midcourt line, and he gives it back to Blakely, coming off of scoring his 1,000th career point, matched up with Concepcion, who recently hit that mark for Bluefield. Duranslin fires along 2, right in front of the free throw line, and makes it 24-22. The lead back to 2 for Union. Haymaker starting to fly in this one. Theoretically, of course, no one's actually fighting. Brandon Shields has it in the near corner, gives top of the key. Cousins over to Ben Grove into the left block, tries to back in, swings out far corner. Concepcion on a pump fake out of a double team. Kick out left wing, Brandon Shields. Cross court lob, telegraphed by Lohman. Fast break to the rim, and Lohman finishes with the right hand. Big time dunk makes it 26-22. Rams having trouble with the inbounds pass, and Lohman scores again. He stole it, and now he has scored the last 4 points in a matter of about 3 seconds. And now Bluefield called with a technical foul, or rather just a foul on Trent Dunn. Trying to push the ball away, or push the players away for Union on that separation. So now it's right back into the hands of Union. They're up by 6 in the blink of an eye. So the inbounds pass, Trent Dunn was trying to just push a defender away. The official was not having it, and Dunn goes out of the ball game. Francisco Williams in for the first time for Bluefield. Blakely has it, passes left elbow. Antwine backs up onto the left wing, underhands Blakely, top of the circle. Given onto the right side for Jacoby Wharton, returns top of the key, Blakely. Underhands Wharton, jumps for 3, off the mark, back iron miss, rebound for Francisco Williams. Bluefield down by 6, 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. They had tied it up after the 3 from Shields with 6 straight points for Union. Maya Jenkins into the right wing, gets a screen from Ben Grove, dribbles at the top of the key, returns Grove onto the far corner. Cross-court lob, Brandon Shields jumps for another 3, air ball off the mark, rebound Ben Grove, and a foul is called on Union. Both teams in the bonus, so Ben Grove will go to the line for a 1-and-1. 8th foul called on Union, and the first one called on Jabari Antwine. Ben Grove to the line. We don't see that many free throws out of the freshman from Atlanta. 6 of 11 from the stripe this year, just 54.5%. 8:14 left to go in the first half. It's a 6-point game in favor of the Union College Bulldogs, the number 11 team in the country. And Grove shoots the first free throw. Back iron bounces into the hands of Concepcion. Lost the ball. Still rolling for it in the backcourt. Williams went to the floor, and Duronslet picked it up for Union. Bulldogs moving in transition. Antoine Euro step blocked by Ben Grove. No foul called. He got a clean hand on the ball, and Union almost capitalized on a fast break there, but instead they'll have an inbounds pass under their own basket. 8:04 left to go. In the first half, it's 28-22. Rams looking for an upset win over Union College. They're down by as much as 10, but they managed to tie it up. Swing at the top of the key for Wharton. Underhands Blakely. Pumps a tray. Nothing but net. Sweet shot for Lance Blakely. And now it's a 9-point game again. Jeremiah Jenkins jumps for three for Bluefield. Rams out. No good. Tipped in the air. Foul called on Francisco Williams. Jumped over the back of Lance Blakely. That's the first foul called on the Armstrong State transfer for Bluefield. 8th team foul. And they said that Blakely had the ball, so that will be called a defensive foul, and Blakely will go to the line for a 1-and-1. 8th team foul for the Rams, 31-22. Rams are down by 9. They had tied it up, and now a 9-0 run for Union. Free throw. Swirls out, rebound to Ronslett as he's falling onto the far sideline. Now dribbles down the baseline, kick out top of the key. Wharton an open three. Yes, sir. 34-22, the run continues. It's a 12-0 run for Union. Surprised that Richard Morgan has yet to call a timeout here. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs, their largest of the game. Jeremiah Jenkins passes right wing Cousins. Couple of pump fakes. Entry lob Francisco Williams. Drives, hooks right hand, and absolutely line drives that ball off the window to end the run. 34-24. Rams within 10 now. Here comes Union into the front court. A lob up from Wharton is no good, and it's picked out of the air by Cousins. Jenkins feeds Shields. Far corner three. Yes, again! The freshman from Fairmont, West Virginia, makes it a 7-point game after he hit his second tray of the ball game. 34-27, timeout called by Kevin Burton, and it's 34-27 in favor of the Bulldogs with 7:06 remaining in the first half. So after the three fell for Bluefield, Union has it back. 7:05 left to go in the first half. 34-27 in favor of Bluefield, or rather Union College. So now a 7-point lead for the Union College Bulldogs. A double team in the left wing for Blakely. Kicks top of the key. Antoine swings it down low. Intercepted by Williams, who's pushed down to the floor. And a foul is called on KJ Duronslet. So Williams was falling. Telegraphed that pass down low, picked it away. Duronslet tried to snatch it from him, and a foul is called on the Bulldog. That's his third. So already 3 fouls for KJ Duronslet, who, like we said, in that first matchup against Bluefield this year, had 12 points and 12 rebounds. So now it's 34-27, a 7-point lead in favor of the Bulldogs here. And a 1-and-1 coming for Francisco Williams. Williams has been eligible in the year of 2019. Missed the earlier game against Union College, now finally determined eligible by the NAIA. Flicks the wrist on a 1-and-1, right through the net. Makes it 34-28. Rams trailed by as much as 12. Now it's back down to a 6-point game after Bluefield is going on a bit of a run of their own. 6-0, can make it 7-0 here. Williams, just a 78% shooter, shoots again. Front rim, rolls off. Rebound Blakely for the Bulldogs. 7-point lead goes down to a 6-point game. 6:42 left to go. Into the front court again. Wharton, hard diss onto the left side for Lohman. Underhands Blakely into the left wing. Bafimi into the game for the first time for Bluefield. Blakely, Euro step, kicks the ball up, and a foul is called again. This will go on Bluefield. Williams called for sweeping the leg out on a foul. That's his second foul, team 9th. Blakely will shoot. Now he threw the ball up in the air. We'll see if they determine it was a shooting foul. If not, it will be a 1-and-1. It is a 1-and-1 for Blakely. Eyes for the rim. He shoots, rims out, rebound Shields. Becomes a productive foul for Francisco Williams as Bluefield takes the ball away. 6-point lead for Union College. Nyquan Cousins steps into an open three, right through the net. 3-point ball game, 34-31. No one was around him. Cousins was shocked, had to shoot the three. Here comes Dario Little, pivots into the left elbow, shoots a 15-footer. He missed, followed his own shot, missed it on the second try as well as Nyquan Cousins pulled down the board. Feeds up to Jeremiah Jenkins across the timeline. Underhands Nyquan Cousins, right wing. A pump fake for the junior, and he entry lobs it down to Francisco Williams. Pivots, shoots from 15, nothing but net. 1-point game. 11-0 run for Bluefield after the 12-0 run from Union. 34-33. 5:48 left in the second half of the first half. Had to twist my words around a little there. 34-33. Dario Little passes into the left wing for Lance Blakely. Goes to the right off of a Moncavius Frazier screen. Blakely pivots at the left elbow. Underhands Lohman, floats to the basket and scores with a left hand. 36-33. Back to a 3-point game for Union. 5:25 remaining in the first half. Jeremiah Jenkins feeds Francisco Williams at the free throw line. Pivots for separation. Underhands Jeremiah Jenkins. Takes a long shot. It's good. Tie ball game. He didn't have his foot on the line. That is a triple. 36-36 the score. Timeout called by Union, and the Rams have rallied back. With 5:14 remaining in the first half, we're all knighted up in the first. It's Bluefield and Union, 36-36. So the Rams tied it up at 22-22. Union went on a 12-0 run. Then the Rams went on a bit of a run, and now it's 36-36 again. Into the front court, Union has it. Top of the key goes for Wharton, who passes right back to Lohman into the right wing. Drives into the lane. Foul called on Bluefield on Jeremiah Jenkins. Another one on Bluefield, racking up the fouls. That's the 10th foul on the Rams. And instead, the foul is called on Ibafemi. That's his first foul, the senior from Lagos, Nigeria. Good venue for small college basketball here at the Robesian Arena. Rams came down to a buzzer beater in overtime last year and could not get the win. As the first free throw is missed for Lohman. Score stays at 36-36. Dario Little checks out of the game. Austin Cummins back in for the Bulldogs, who come into this game losers of their last two, but still ranked number 11 in the country. Lohman eyeing the rim. The senior, or rather the junior, fires again, and this time he hits. 37-36. It's a 1-point game in favor of the Bulldogs. The Rams have never led. Ryan Jenkins trying to change that, though, as he shuffles across the timeline right down the middle of the floor. 4:50 left to go in the first half as Ibafemi has it in the right wing. Tries to find someone to pass it to. Drives to the right elbow. Fires too hard off the mark. Rebound snatch for Williams on an offensive board. Cousins overheaded the ball back to Williams, and the ball goes over the baseline. Cousins arguing that the ball was tipped out of bounds off the hands of Antoine, and so is Richard Morgan. Rams are not getting any sort of call they want here, especially on those inbounds plays. So Union gets the ball back after the Rams turnover. 37-36, 4.5 minutes remaining. Antoine taking his time at the logo. Crossover, passes to Blakely, who gives into the far corner for Lohman. Lohman with those bright neon sneakers. Dishes top of the key, and before that, a foul is called. Brandon Shields blocking down low, and another foul is called. So that is, in total, the 11th foul called on Bluefield in the first half. And that will send Derek Morgan to the line for two. Glad to have you with us here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. An important game on the road for Bluefield against the number 11 team in the NAIA. Second shot, or rather the first shot is good. 38-36 in favor of Union. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. Rams have fought it back at times in this game, but they have yet to take the lead. Derek Morgan flicks the right wrist, bricks that one, and a foul is called before on Union College. So a push-off down low. Check that, no push-off, a lane violation called on the Bulldogs. So the Rams have it back down by 2. 38-36, 4:15 first half. Ibafemi launches it over to Jenkins, arcs a three, and connects. And Bluefield takes the lead, 39-38. First lead of the game after the sophomore hit one from way downtown. Into the front court, Blakely answers that with a three of his own. Makes it 41-39 from the top of the arc. So now Union College with the 2-point lead again. Rams enjoyed a lead for just a few seconds. Maya Jenkins into the right wing, kicks at the logo for Cousins. Hard pass left wing for Ibafemi, who goes to the floor after Morgan put him there. Second foul called on Morgan and a team 10th, so Ibafemi will go to the line for 2. Senior has been a role player for Bluefield, doesn't get that many starts for the Rams. Matter of fact, only one this year for Olatunji Ibafemi. And this will only be his 7th free throw of the season. He's 3 of 6 from the line. First free throw, right through. So now he's 4 of 7, and it makes it a 1-point game. 41-40 the score. Jacoby Wharton checking back in. Ibafemi getting a new command from Richard Morgan as Donnell Gooch also walks into the game. Ibafemi hits his second free throw, tie ball game. 41-41 the score. 3:40 left in the first half. We've had a fun one so far. It's going to be a high-scoring game, that's for sure. Blakely at the top of the key, zips left wing. Derek Morgan drives in, hooks with a right hand, and as he goes to the floor, he scored. 43-41, back to a 2-point lead. Here comes Bluefield. Jeremiah Jenkins zips a pass right wing. Cousins rises for 3. Back iron, he missed, and rebound goes to Union. 43-41, they lead. Morgan drives in again, scoops with a right hand. He missed, and the putback goes courtesy the dunk to Marcus Lohman. 45-41, the net got trapped in the rim, and the officials have rectified that. 45-41, the score, a 4-point lead for Union again. Back into the ball game. Rams led briefly after the 3 from Jenkins. Now they trail by 4. Jenkins drives to the right, step back, jumper 3. Too short, rebound Cousins, twirls his way to the basket, lost the ball. Picked away by Wharton. Union into the front court. Underhands Antoine, drives left baseline. Underhands Lohman. He lost the ball. Stripped out by Cousins. It goes across the baseline. No foul is called. And Union will have an inbounds pass with 22 on the shot clock, 2:47 game clock, and a 4-point lead. Antoine slaps the ball, chucks it up in the air, caught by Blakely, who dribbles out of the perimeter. Underhands Wharton. His 3, yes, he connected. 7-point lead again, 48-41. This game changes in an instant. Maya Jenkins right across the U on the floor, loops it at the free throw line for Donnell Gooch, gives back to Jeremiah Jenkins on a handoff. He shuffles to the right, picks up his dribble, swings left wing, Ibafemi, who puts it back on the deck as well with 10 on the shot clock. The senior drives in, right block, baseline jumper, swirls out, and then pops back in to make it a 5-point game, 48-43. Ibafemi starting to heat up for Bluefield with that fadeaway jumper. That's his sweet spot. Antoine gives onto the left side, and Derek Morgan on the penetration effort is called for a foul. Should say he drew a foul. That's going to go on Ibafemi. His second, 48-43 the score. Now Derek Morgan eyes the rim. 2:06 remaining in the first half. A 5-point lead for Union College, trying to make it 7 here. And Morgan flips the wrist and missed the free throw. So he hasn't been dialed in at the line, which has to be kind of frustrating for Kevin Burton. I was talking with John North, the voice of the Union College Bulldogs, and he says that Kevin Burton in these last 2 losses has not been afraid to call out some of these Bulldogs personally or just individually. 2:06 remaining. What a first half it's been. Derek Morgan shoots again, right through. It's one of the 2 free throws, makes it a 6-point game, 49-43. Rams starting to be a bit cold here after taking the lead for just a quick moment. Maya Jenkins working with a platoon of Grove, Gooch, Ibafemi, and Cousins. So a lot of size on the floor for Bluefield at the moment as Jenkins dribbles into the left wing, picks it back up, swings top of the key Cousins. 15 on the shot clock, 150 game clock. Cousins goes to the right, stutter step, penetrates in, kicks a shot, no good, tipped off of the backboard, rebounded by Antwine, stumbling as he underhands to Lohman, skates to the basket, blocked by Ibafemi, saved by Ben Grove, swings it back in for Blakely, he's blocked by Gooch, and on the second try after he got the ball back, Gooch is called for the foul. This game is providing a lot of free throws, that's for sure. Everybody's going in, and everybody is getting their free throw reps in this game. Donnell Gooch, that's his second foul, and both teams have been in the double bonus for, well, most of the game, actually. Minute 34 left to go in the first half. Blakely eyes the rim, shoots, it rims out. Bluefield takes a quick break after that one, 49-43. Brandon Shields back into the contest, and Donnell Gooch will leave with his 2 fouls. 49-43 the score. Blakely eyeing the rim. One of the stars for Union College bends the knees, shoots again. He missed both free throws, and Lohman rebounded it, but he pushed off on Ben Grove. Officials didn't fall for that, and Bluefield gets the ball back, and it will be a couple of free throws coming up for Ben Grove. Second foul called on Lohman. So Atlanta on Atlanta action there. Lohman from the ATL as well as Ben Grove. Grove eyeing the rim, shoots his first free throw. Back iron, rolls around and pops back in. Boy, Bluefield has gotten the lucky roll on a couple of those shots today. That's the first free throw hit for him. Now 1 of 2 from the line after going on a 1-and-1 and missed the first free throw earlier. That time he misses the second, so Ben Grove is now 1 of 3 from the stripe. 49-44, Union with the ball. They lead by 5. 1:25 left in the first half as Antwine flicks the ball to Blakely and gives it right back to the point guard. Under a minute 20 left to go. Cummins dishes onto the far corner. Back down low to Lohman. It's good on a layup. Antwine found the forward who kissed it off the glass to make it 51-44. 7-point lead for Union. Cousins with it in the right wing for Bluefield. Minute 3 remaining first half. Underhands back to Ibafemi. No Taekwon Reed on the floor who came into foul trouble. Ibafemi drives in, fires a 15-footer. Off the back iron, a miss. Blakely picked the ball down, and no walk was called. Lohman skates into the front court. Free throw line jumper, right through. 53-44, 9-point lead for Union. Rams starting to be slow offensively. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Maya Jenkins being patient for the first time in this game, looks at Richard Morgan, gets a new offense. And now Jenkins wants movement as he dishes into the far corner for Ibafemi. 14 on the shot clock, 27 game clock. Entry lob to Brandon Shields. Wanted a backdoor cut, he won't get it as he kicks it back out to the left wing. Ibafemi returns Ben Grove onto the right elbow. 5 on the shot clock. Ben Grove has to loop up a prayer. It misses off the back iron. Ripped around, rebounded by Brandon Shields, who underhands to Jenkins right at the logo with 10 seconds left in the first half. Now at 8. Jenkins drives back, tries to get a screen out of a double team, lobs on the left wing. Ibafemi feeds to Brandon Shields, errant pass, fires at the buzzer, no good on an air ball, and that is it for the first half. Bluefield ends the first half cold, but we have had a fun one here in Barberville, Kentucky. 53-44, Bulldogs lead at half. Still here at halftime between Bluefield College and Union College, and the Bulldogs lead 53-44 over the Bluefield College Rams. Leading the way for Bluefield, Naquan Cousins with 12 total points. Behind him, Jeremiah Jenkins with 9, and then 5 off the bench for Francisco Williams. On the other end for Union College, 15 points for DeMarcus Lohman, and then 14 points for Jacoby Wharton as the Bulldogs shot 57% from the field, and Bluefield shot 52%. So both teams got it done offensively, that's for sure. Union slightly out-rebounded Bluefield 14-10, and as far as the turnover margin goes, Bluefield unfortunately had more in that aspect as well. They had 10 to Union 7. But for Bluefield and Union, this has been a game. Not a lot of great defense has been played, but teams are shooting the ball well. From the beyond the arc, Bluefield hit 8 threes in that first half as opposed to just 6 for Union College. That's what put Bluefield back into it. At one point, Bluefield led by 1, and then Union went on a bit of a run to end that first half, and now they lead by 9 after leading by as much as 12 in that first half. That was their largest lead. Bluefield led by 1 with just about 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in that first half, and then Union College jumped out to a big 9-point lead, but not insurmountable because both of these teams have been fighting hard, going back and forth with big runs on either side. We're going to step aside and be right back in about 6 minutes for the start of the second half. Bluefield and Union, with the Bulldogs leading 53-44 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ready to start the second half here in Barberville, Kentucky, with the Rams down 53-44 to the number 11 team in the country, the Union College Bulldogs. Hello, everybody. Bailey Engel, glad to have you back with us here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. A fun crowd here at Robesian Arena in Barberville, Kentucky. Rams trying to avenge a 20-point loss they had earlier in the season to the Union College Bulldogs back at the Dome the night where the power went out and the Rams only shot 20% from the field. In this game, 52% in that first half. Maya Jenkins has it for Bluefield, tries to pivot it out to Taekwon Reed and does. He has it in the left wing, skates at the top of the key, underhands Jeremiah Jenkins, a pump fake, returns it back to Taekwon Reed, zips it over to Cousins, fires a long baseline shot, no good, pulled down by Lohman, who already has double figures for Union. Dribbles into the paint, wing trying to find some space on a shot, arcs it up with the right hand, he missed. Rebound by Naquan Cousins. So we're right back into this thing, both teams missing with their first shots of the second half. Jeremiah Jenkins, the sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia, has double figures for Bluefield as well. At the top of the key, spins it over to the left wing for Jorge Concepcion. Concepcion hoping for someone to cut down low, tries to find someone to pass it to and does with Donnell Gooch. 8 on the shot clock. Gooch tries to storm in towards the basket, jumps for 2, misses the shot, follows it on his own rebound, and he couldn't get it back as it's snatched away by Jabari Antwine. Point guard now for the Bulldogs, spins it over into the far corner. Derek Morgan on a crossover, penetrates in, lost the ball, left block, turn around, picks it back up, and Taekwon Reed pulled down the rebound and then was immediately fouled by Morgan. Third foul called on Derek Morgan. And Kevin Burton not excited about that foul. Not the fact that it was called, but the fact that it happened on Derek Morgan. So it's still a 9-point game. 18:40 left to go in this game. Rams down by 9. They had led at 1 point by 1 with 4 minutes remaining in the second half, or in the first half. Donnell Gooch at the free throw line, a couple of pump fakes, puts it on the deck, pressured back out, pivots a pass down low, Naquan Cousins loose on the floor, and it's stolen by Lohman. Right to left goes Union College. Lohman straight to the rack, jumps for 2, rattles around, and on the second rattle it fell through the nylon. Back to an 11-point lead for Union College, 55-44. Rams starting out a bit cold here in the second half. 18:09 left to go in the game. Jeremiah Jenkins got Bluefield back into it because of the 3 balls hit between him and Naquan Cousins, who has it now, drives right side of the paint, jump stop, rim rocker dunk. What a big tomahawk jam for Cousins. Puts Bluefield back within single digits. 55-46 the score. Cousins found the separation he wanted and went straight to the rim for a big dunk. Union College now with it in the front court. Jacoby Wharton zips top of the key. Lance Blakely dishes right side. Antwine loops up a 3. Swish. Big time 3 for Union, 58-46. Back to their largest lead of the game at 12 points. How everybody scores in this game, though, 12 points certainly isn't a gigantic distance between two teams. Both teams have had gigantic runs in that first half as Cousins slipped up, going to the right block, still dribbling it, tries to pick it back up, rolls it over to Taekwon Reed, jumps for 2, no foul called as the ball is tipped away. Blakely went for the fast break, dribbled it off of his own foot, rolled towards the Bluefield bench, and the Rams will get a break after a circus of possession there. Jorge Concepcion has it back with a fresh shot clock on an inbounds pass. Zips it into Jeremiah Jenkins at the top of the circle. Veers to the left off of a screen. Cuts back right. Loops down low. Naquan Cousins backs in. Swirls the shot. No good as it popped off of the rim. Rebound to Antwine for Union. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs. Lohman at the top of the arc. Feeds over to Blakely. Given the near corner. A 3 on the way. No good from Wharton. Rebound Concepcion. Rams down 58-46. They have hit 1 shot on a dunk in the second half so far. 16:48 to play in this game. Jorge Concepcion gives over to Jenkins. Drives into the right wing. Back up top to Taekwon Reed. Passes left wing. Concepcion drives in the paint. Pumps a shot with his right hand. Count it with a foul as it kissed off the glass. 10-point ball game now. 58-48. Concepcion with a rather quiet first half and now hits his first shot he attempted in this second half. Quiet to say the least. He did not score in the first half at all. Well, Derek Morgan is getting an earful from Kevin Burton. Concepcion eyes the rim, shoots too hard, missed the shot, looped out of bounds, and KJ Duronslet swung it back in before it went over the baseline. Here comes DeMarcus Lohman. No-look pass stolen by Nae'Qwan Cousins. Careless effort there for the Bulldogs. Left to right go the Rams. Taekwon Reed drives on the right side of the paint, fires a fadeaway, and missed it. Rebound pulled down by Wharton. Back into the hands of Union, right to left, 58-48, 10-point lead. Lohman into the lane, charge. Cousins went down to the floor, offensive foul. Third foul of the half already called on Union. The Rams have 0. And for Lohman, that's his third. Team leading 17 points with Jacoby Wharton behind him with 14. Nae'Qwan Cousins drawing the charge, and he gave it right back to Jeremiah Jenkins, who has 9, and Cousins with 14. Meanwhile, a pass is picked away by Wharton and immediately fouled. Another turnover has Richard Morgan frustrated, deservedly so, after the Rams are being given a gift on a charge, and now they give the ball right back to Union. Brandon Shields in the ball game. Taekwon Reed exits. Shields already has 6 on a couple of threes. Trent Dunn also re-enters. Concepcion goes to the bench. Freshman getting key playing time for Bluefield. They have the veterans, but what can the bench players do for Bluefield to get them back into this game? 58-48 the score. 16 minutes flat left to go. Pass into the left wing. Lance Blakely returns top of the key. KJ Duronslet, who has 3 fouls. Lots of Bulldogs in foul trouble. Into the left block, Blakely garners for separation, jumps for 2. Somehow that ball bounced its way into the hoop. 60-48, back to a 12-point lead for Union. Largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs has been 12. Jenkins with possession in the right wing, fakes a cut to the right and passes on the left wing for Cousins. Feeds Donnell Gooch, turnaround, free throw line jumper right through the net. 60-50, a 10-point game. Rams getting back on defense as Union carries the ball into the front court. Passes on the left block, KJ Duronslet puts it on the deck. Underhands intended for Lohman, almost walked, went out of bounds almost as well, and the ball is poked into the air and off cross into the sideline by Nae'Qwan Cousins. So now 16 seconds on the shot clock for Union, 15-16 in this game. 60-50 the score. Rams went into the locker room down by 9. Now it's a 10-point lead for Union. Skip pass in for Antwine, who passes top of the key, Blakely. Feed onto the left wing, Jacoby Wharton, who already has 14 in this game. Bounces top of the key, Blakely fires an open 3. Can't get the roll. Rebound tipped out of, almost out of bounds, and picked by Duronslet. Splits the defense, jumps for 2, foul. Missed the shot though, and now he'll go to the line for 2. Blakely missed the 3. Union almost disaster there as Duronslet as well as Lohman went for the same rebound and the ball almost went out of bounds. Now Duronslet goes to the line, has 8 points and 3 fouls. First shot for Duronslet, line drive that tickles the twine. 61-50, back to an 11-point game in favor of Union. Francisco Williams checks back in. Donnell Gooch, who has 3 fouls, goes to the bench. Williams with 2. As far as fouls go, this is the part of the Bluefield lineup that doesn't have as many. As Duronslet hits both free throws, makes it 62-50 again. Back to a 12-point game. Jeremiah Jenkins operating the point for Bluefield. Has to really get going as he fires a 3. Too hard, rebound Trent Dunn, puts it back on the deck, skies for 2. He's blocked on a clean swat by Derek Morgan. Into the front court goes Wharton, missed the layup with a foul. Jeremiah Jenkins called for the foul after being absolutely packed. 62-50 the score. And a couple of free throws ensuing for Jacoby Wharton. Wharton was 2 of 2 from the stripe in the first half. Couple of bounces for the southpaw. Shoots, misses the free throw. Rams get another break. In that first half, Union was less than dialed in from the free throw line. They were 5 of 14 from the stripe. Certainly keeping Bluefield back into this game. 12-point lead for Union, though. Second shot for Wharton, right through. 62-51, or rather 63-50. Largest lead of the game for Union. 13-point deficit. Trent Dunn running the point for Bluefield. Has it in the right wing. Passes left wing, Nae'Qwan Cousins, who feeds in the corner, Jeremiah Jenkins in the face of Antwine. Couple of pump fakes on the sophomore, puts it back on the deck. Backdoor cut, instead kicked out by Duronslet, and Bluefield will have Now 15 on the shot clock after the kick ball. Make that 20 seconds on the shot clock. 14:24 left to go. Lance Blakely comes into the game. Derek Morgan leaves. And Jeremiah Jenkins will try to inbound the ball with 14:24 left to go. Jenkins overheads towards the backcourt, and it'll be caught there by Trent Dunn as he takes the ball up. 14:20 left to go in this game. Rams are down by 13, largest lead for Union. Bounces top of the key, Jeremiah Jenkins gives in the corner, Trent Dunn. Skip pass picked away and pushed out of bounds after Jabari Antoine put a hand on it. Went into the backcourt, and Bluefield will have to throw this one in with 7 seconds on the shot clock. 14-11 game clock. 63-50 the score. Rams going left to right. Folks, the production has to be there for Bluefield, or else it could get ugly fast. Off the inbound, Jenkins skies to the rim, lost the ball, no foul called, and it goes out of bounds. More separation, and Jenkins didn't get the call. Richard Morgan and his squad at the hands of a bit of home cooking by the refs here. 63-50 the score. Meanwhile, for Jeremiah Jenkins, that's actually called as an offensive foul, so that's his second foul of the game. 63-50, Lance Blakely feeds top of the key. Wharton arcs a three, and he hit it. 66-50. 16-point lead for Union, largest of the contest. Bounce pass into the left wing for Jeremiah Jenkins from Trent Dunn. And now the usual point guard will run it for Bluefield. Feeds Trent Dunn into the right wing. Pivots onto the right end, pivots for a layup, and now fouled into the paint. He'll go for two. Duronslet called on the block. That's his fourth foul, a team fourth. Both teams with 4 fouls so far in the second half. 13:40 left to go in the game. Rams went into halftime down by 9. Now it's a 16-point lead for Union, the number 11 team in the country that has lost their last 2 games and beat Bluefield by 20 back in November. So Trent Dunn, the freshman, goes to the line for 2 shots. Wearing number 3 in the red jersey, fires it up, and it swirls out. Nothing going for Bluefield in the second half. Rams have scored just 6 in the second half. There's Trent Dunn, loops another shot, and this time it goes. 66-51, back to a 15-point game. Jorge Concepcion checks in for Trent Dunn. Concepcion with just 2 points so far after he hit that layup on an and-one. Cousins leading the way for Bluefield with 14 points, the only one with consistent production. And even he only has 1 dunk in this second half so far. Antoine fires it over to Lohman, bounce pass into the far corner for Wharton. He's blocked by Cousins as the ball skies in the air, picked out by Concepcion, who runs the point for Bluefield now. Underhands Jenkins at the top of the key, returns Concepcion right wing on a pump fake, drives in the lane, scoops up a shot, he missed, into the air, Williams swatted it out of bounds, and Union saved the ball. Here comes Antoine into the front court, jumps towards the rim, and scoops and scores. 68-51 the score, 17-point lead for Union, and the Rams are reeling. Bulldogs up big now as Bluefield hopes for an answer with 13:07 remaining. Into the front court goes Bluefield. Naquan Cousins and the Rams down by 17. It's 68-51 as Cousins rises for 3 and hits another. 17 points for the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. Makes it 68-54. Rams are down by 14 now. That's just what the doctor ordered. Rams need to get pretty fresh defensively as well, if they have been slow the entire game. Austin Cummins dishes top of the key. Wharton passes right wing Antoine. Returns Cummins at the top of the key, who gives it over to Morgan. Drives down the left baseline and fouled by Cousins. Too much of a push there for the official. And for Bluefield, that's the 5th foul called on them in the second half. Second foul on Cousins. Back into the game goes Lance Blakely for Union. Derek Morgan goes on his bench. Has not enjoyed being called out by Kevin Burton in this one. 12:39 left in the second half. Austin Cummins passes in for Antoine. One arms in, a long 3 for Wharton from the top of the arc, and he connects from Mars. 71-54, back to a 17-point game. Rams need to answer, and now a foul called on Wharton, who is hooking Concepcion in the left wing. Fifth foul on Union. Richard Morgan calling on Taekwon Reed to step up. Now Concepcion goes to the bench. Both coaches not excited about their team's performances, but Union has certainly stepped it up in the second half. 17-point lead for the Bulldogs. Jeremiah Jenkins meanders onto the right side, hopes for separation. Hard pass, top of the key. Nyquan Cousins goes to the right, off of his screen, entries in, and then dribbles back out. 18 on the shot clock. Entry lob, Francisco Williams puts it on the deck, scoops with the right hand, and scores with a foul. 71-56 now as the Rams have a chance to make it a three-point play, courtesy Williams. Second foul called on Jabari Antoine for Union. Eyeing the rim, Francisco Williams can put Bluefield back into this one. It's a 15-point game. Williams shoots and scores. Back to a 14-point deficit. 71-57 the score. Pressure off the inbounds pass. Lance Blakely has it in the backcourt. Gives it back to Dario Little, who gets his first time in the second half. 71-57, 12 minutes flat left to go in this one. Dario Little drives into the free throw line, cuts back in, tries to pump a layup, lost the ball, and dribbled it off of his own leg out of bounds. So another turnover provided by the Bluefield defense, and a chance to try to make this possibly an 11-point or a 12-point game on this possession. Nyquan Cousins will inbound it into Jeremiah Jenkins. Rams had led in the first half by 1, and then it's been all Union after that. It was about 4 minutes left to go in the first half, and then since then the Bulldogs have been dominating Bluefield on defensive possessions against this Bluefield Rams offense. Meanwhile, a foul is called off the ball on Union College. That's going to go on Antoine. Already his third foul and a team seventh. So that'll be a 1-and-1 for Bluefield with 11:40 left to go. There's going to be a ton of fouls in this one, folks. Tons of free throws in that first half. Union took 14, and the Rams took 10. So that's 24 free throws. Cousins shooting the front end of a 1-and-1. Hits. 71-58. Now, with the free throws becoming such a factor in this game, if Bluefield continues their hot streak at the charity stripe, they can get back into this one. Union, a bit slow in that first half, provided Bluefield a chance to get back. Cousins, the junior, flicks the wrist and hits both free throws. 71-59. Back to a 12-point game. Antoine walking the ball up. Now he bounces into the free throw line for Derek Morgan. Morgan jumped for two, stripped to the ball. Lohman picked it back up, tipped back in by Morgan. So he missed the shot. And then Morgan came in for the tip-in, makes it 73-59. Back to a 14-point contest. Jeremiah Jenkins shuffles into the right wing, a big size mismatch on Lance Blakely. Skip past top of the key, Taekwon Reed. Entry lob, Francisco Williams. A good finish and a foul called after the shot was hit. So Williams hit the shot, and then Jacoby Wharton basically tackled him, and Francisco Williams hit the floor hard, and he's favoring that right arm. Makes it 73-61. Francisco Williams playing tough down low. Already 8 points for him. And he'll have one shot. That ball had already gone through the rim when the foul was called. Williams shoots. Can't complete the old-fashioned free throw or three-point play as it pops out. Into the front court goes Antoine. Passes right wing. It's 73-61. Antoine underhands Lohman at the top of the circle. Passes left wing, Lance Blakely. Rams swarming him on defense with 10:50 left to go in the first half, or in the second half, rather. Wharton passes onto the right wing. Derek Morgan drives in the paint. Euro step, pumps a layup. Nothing but air on that one as Brandon Shields pulled down the rebound. 73-61. Taekwon Reed swings it down low. Francisco Williams. Kick out. Left wing three. Cousins off the mark. Tip back in somehow by Taekwon Reed. Might have gotten a little help there from Lance Blakely. Richard Morgan calls a timeout, and it's a 10-point game again. 73-63. Union has led by as much as 17, and the Rams have fought back with 10.5 minutes to go. Back into the game, it's a 10-point deficit, 73-63. Union leads in this one with 10:28 left to go. Antoine and Wharton taking the ball up for Union. Antoine has it, returns back top of the key. Wharton. Rams have trailed by as much as 17. Now it's 73-63. Lance Blakely on a head fake in the left wing. Defensively pressured by Brandon Shields. Top of the key, Antoine feeds it down low to Lohman. Skies for two. Off the back iron miss. Williams pulled down the rebound for Bluefield. Left to right go the Rams. Jenkins passes in the near corner. Taekwon Reed. Cross court lob caught by Brandon Shields. Rises for three. Too short. Rebound clapped in by Antoine. Antoine feeds onto the right wing. Lohman, another shot from the right bank. He missed, but he's fouled in the process, so Brandon Shields will be booked with a foul. That time, that's his third foul for Bluefield, and Lohman will go to the line again. Trying to make it a 12-point game. Like we said, Union is led by as much as 17 points. Rams on a bit of a run themselves, cutting it down to a 10-point game. Bluefield was gifted by struggles for Union at the free throw line in the first half, so this will be two shots for Lohman. His first, right through. 18 points for Lohman. Makes it 74-63. Austin Cummins back into the game. Kevin Burton forced to go into the depths of his bench because of the foul trouble both teams have. Rams have 6 fouls, Union with 8. So DeMarcus Lohman scored 17 against Bluefield last time out, already has surpassed that. Now make it 19 after he hits both free throws. 75-63. Jeremiah Jenkins has yet to score in the second half. Bluefield needs him to try to take over. If he gets hot, it'll be tough to beat the Rams. Underhands Naquan Cousins, dishes far corner. Reed pumps a three, fouled, and he'll go to the line for three. Marcus Lohman pushed him down after the free throw, and a bit of a James Harden sell by Reed there. He'll go to the line. Fourth foul on DeMarcus Lohman, though. So that could be a gift to Bluefield if Lohman is off of the floor after dominating most of this game. Left-handed shooter fires his first of 3 hits. 75-64. Down to an 11-point game. Reed, a pretty good free throw shooter for Bluefield. Benzanese shoots again. It's the second. Makes it a 10-point game, 75-65. As a matter of fact, Taekwon Reed is 78% free throw shooter. Not as good as Jeremiah Jenkins, who shoots right around 88%. So it's a 10-point game now. Reed eyes the rim, shoots again, missed the last one, so he hit 2 of 3, and it's a 10-point game again. Rams can't cut it down to single digits. Lohman stays on the court, into a drive, almost lost the ball, passes out right wing Antoine, gives top of the key Blakely. Underhands Wharton onto the left wing. Rams defense showing up here in this zone. Top of the key is Antoine. Shot clock now down to 10. Game clock at 9:20, 75-65. Antoine veers to the right, passes far corner. Wharton passes top of the key. Blakely splits the defense. Underhands, loose ball under the basket to Ronslett. Can't get a shot up, and it's a shot clock violation that provides a bit of energy Bluefield's way onto the right side of their bench. Ronslett exits the game, and into the game goes Monquavis Frazier, who had a little bit of playing time in the first half. 75-65. Left to right go the Rams as Jeremiah Jenkins lets the ball roll to keep that clock down at 9:08, now at 9:07 as he picks it up. Reed has it in the left wing, wants somebody to screen him. Instead, he'll loop it in at the free throw line for Francisco Williams. Williams underhands Jeremiah Jenkins. He swarmed in a double team. Returns on the left wing, Taekwon Reed. Underhands Donnell Gooch to the left elbow. Entry lob, Francisco Williams. Hooks with the right hand. He missed. Put back falls for Donnell Gooch. 75-67 now. Rams have made it an 8-point game. Courtesy the putback from Donnell Gooch, the 6'9 big man from Raleigh, North Carolina. 75-67, 8.5 minutes to go. Antoine with the alley-oop, and it goes. Not a dunk, but it'll count for 2 anyway after Lohman skied to the rim old-fashioned style and made it 77-67. 10-point game again. Jeremiah Jenkins, a no-look give to Naquan Cousins onto the right wing. Entry lob, Gooch swings it down low to Francisco Williams, who's pushed, and Bluefield will have another couple of free throws coming up. 5th foul on DeMarcus Lohman. He has fouled out of the game. So with 8:15 left, the points leader for Union has left. Or rather, he had 19. And for Jacoby Wharton leading the way with 21. But what a gift for Bluefield with DeMarcus Lohman not on the floor. And 2 free throws for Francisco Williams. Shoots the first one and connects to make it a 9-point contest, 77-68. Also exiting the game goes Frazier. The Union with Antoine, Morgan, Duronslet, Blakely, and Wharton on the floor. Williams trying to hit his second free throw. He does. 77-69. It's an 8-point game. 8 minutes left to go. Antoine at the logo, goes to the left side, Blakely. Blakely returns Antoine, near corner. Entry bounce pass down to Duronslet, pivots under the basket, can't get the roll, and it's tipped out of bounds, staying with Union. Gooch and Cousins were in a dogfight down low to get the ball back for Bluefield. But it's a foul called on the Rams. That'll go on Taekwon Reed, so it's a 1-and-1. Derek Morgan shooting for a 1-and-1. If you're Union, just for comfortability, I think he has to make these. First shot off the rim, he missed. Duronslet pulled down the rebound. Underhands back out to Antoine, zips top of the key. Blakely rises for 3, right through the net, and it's now 80-69. Rams can't catch a break. It's an 11-point lead. Union back up by double digits. Jeremiah Jenkins and the Rams down by 11 with under 8 minutes to play. Into the right wing, he dribbles, a whistle, and a foul called on Union. Back to the line goes Bluefield. And it will be Francisco Williams at the line. And Duronslet has fouled out as well. So 2 players have fouled out for Union. KJ Duronslet pleading his case. He nods after the call, and now for Lohman and Duronslet, their games are done. So with the crucial 7.5 minutes remaining in this one, Duronslet and DeMarcus Lohman have left. The officials trying to confirm here, and Duronslet is out. 80-69 the score. Austin Cummins back into the game for Union. Not as much size as Union would like. And you got to remember, Duronslet had the double-double against Bluefield last time out. Francisco Williams shoots his first, right through the net. 80-70, back to a 10-point game. What did we say earlier? If Bluefield goes to the line, they have to convert. So far in the second half, they've been able to do that, keeping them in the game. Williams shoots again, and he swishes. 80-71, a 9-point game. Buzzer sounds. Eva Phoenix ready to check in for Bluefield. Donnell Gooch will leave. Eva Phoenix provides a little bit more mid-range shooting ability than Donnell Gooch has. So Gooch goes down to the bench, and Antoine will take the ball up for Union. 7.5 minutes remaining. 80-71 the score. Rams trying to knock off the number 11 team in the country. Union trying to avoid losing their third game in a row. Morgan puts it on the deck, pass right wing, Wharton. He has to dribble as well, the underhand Blakely at the logo. Rams good on perimeter defense here, out of the shot clock. Antoine far corner, top of the key, enters the paint, stashes back out, Blakely from the right wing, off the mark, off the rim, Cummins tripped up, and a foul is called on Eva Phoenix. Third foul on the senior. And for Cummins, he'll go to the line, 1-and-1. 8th foul for Bluefield. Missed the three off. Great defensive stance by the Rams, but they just can't catch a break there. Trying to get the rebound. Cummins raced down for the long effort. First of a 1-and-1. Right through the net again. 81-71. Rams can't crack into this lead. Now the problem with them getting fouled so many times, these free throws, they only count for one, obviously, and they eventually add up. But you have to think for Bluefield, a team that stresses the three, needs an opportunity to hit them as Cummins hits both free throws. 82-71, 11-point deficit. Bluefield has to surpass here. Now Eva Phoenix gives to Jeremiah Jenkins. He's in the near corner. Naquan Cousins has a stutter step. Gives back top of the key for Jeremiah Jenkins. Entry lob Francisco Williams. Kick out left wing Eva Phoenix. 13 on the shot clock. Cousins goes in the lane. Lost the ball. Picked it back up. Jumps for 2. Battles it home. 82-73. 9-point game again. 6:40 left to go. Back into the front court goes Antoine. Point guard for most of the game for Union College. Antoine with 3 fouls of his own. You got to remember, Union has 2 key players that have fouled out. Wharton gives top of the key. Derek Morgan on a left-handed drive. Skies towards the basket and rattles it home off of the window. Big-time shot for a big-time player in this game. 84-73, 11-point lead. Rams rushing here as Ibafemi has it in the near corner on a skip pass from Jeremiah Jenkins. So now the senior puts it back on the deck. Cross-court lob, Jenkins into the left wing. The sophomore feeds Reed, gives back to Ibafemi, a 3 from the corner. No good, but he goes to the floor, selling another foul. It's going to go on Lance Blakely, and Ibafemi will go to the line for 3 shots. So now Ibafemi goes to the line for 3 shots. His first free throw. Yes. 84-74. Back to a 10-point game. Timeout called by Union. We have a fun one here in Barbourville, Kentucky. Rams trying to fight back in this one. Down by 10. It's 84-74 with 6:06 remaining in the game. Back here in Barbourville, Kentucky, after the quick timeout called by Union's Kevin Burton, it is 84-74. Ibafemi was fouled on a 3-point attempt. He hit his first free throw, now his second. Goes again, 84-75. It's been a 9-point to an 11-point lead for the past 3 minutes for Union College. Rams have trailed by as much as 17 in the second half. Ibafemi hits all 3 free throws, and Ibafemi jumped across the line on the 3rd try to try to follow his shot, and the official called that free throw off. So now it's only 84-75 as opposed to 84-76. That's a big call, folks. Antoine dribbles the ball across the timeline, passes left wing. Blakely returns top of the key. Morgan zips it over to Cummins. Entry lob back on the right block for Blakely. 14 on the shot clock. Gives to Cummins. Drives in the basket. Reverse layup goes, and that gets the Union crowd on their feet. 86-75, 11-point lead again. Rams need to answer with defensive stances. They haven't been able to do that. Taekwon Reed at the free throw line. Finds Ibafemi. Goes down the left baseline under the basket. Didn't find a shot there as he passes right wing Taekwon Reed. 10 on the shot clock. Reed loops it over to Jeremiah Jenkins in the left wing. Lost the ball. Picked away by Morgan. Right to left goes Morgan. Drives on the lane. Reverse layup. Rolls around. He missed. And a foul is called on Reed. 9th foul on Bluefield and the 4th foul on Taekwon Reed. It's the shooting foul anyway, so now from now on out, Union College will be at the line for 2 shots every time they are fouled in this one. Both teams have the double bonus, 5:17 left to go. Derek Morgan eyeing the rim. Big free throws coming up. Bends the knee, shoots, and he hit it. 87-75, 12-point game. Jorge Concepcion walks back in. Taekwon Reed, a frustrating night for the senior from Goldsboro, North Carolina. Union has done a great job of solidifying Taekwon Reed, where he hasn't been open for 3 at all. And he missed the second free throw. Derek Morgan, who's 1 of 2 from the line on that trip. 5:12 left to go in this game. Rams are down by 12, 87-75. Time running out for a Bluefield run. Taekwon Cousins feeds down low to Francisco Williams, and he kicks it back out onto the right wing for Ibafemi. Ibafimi has no separation, passes near corner. Nae'Qwan Cousins drives in on Cummins. No foul called. Cousins with separation, shoots a mid-range, no good. Tipped in the air, rebounded by Union. Wharton pulled it down, and it's still a 12-point game in favor of the Bulldogs. Antoine now taking his time as Kevin Burton instructs him to do that. 87-75, Lance Blakely, no-look pass near corner. Austin Cummins, bench player coming in and making a difference. Overhead's top of the key, Blakely. 10 on the shot clock. Blakely drives on Cousins. Another foul call. This game has fallen into that repetition and that rhythm of drive in, get fouled, go to the line, try to get your free shots. It has favored Bluefield in the past, but tonight it is not working in their favor. 87-75 the score, with a couple of shots from Lance Blakely. Was 13 so far. For his free throw, swirls out. Now that is the thing that has garnered Bluefield in the right direction. Union not as strong at the free throw line in this game as Bluefield has been. That being said, Union has been able to hit the clutch free throws, or rather the field goals when they can. 88-75. 88-75 the score. 4.5 minutes remain on the dot. Rolling the ball in for Jenkins. Left to right goes Bluefield. Across the timeline with that big orange U on the floor. Cousins passes into the corner for Concepcion, who's had a slow game as well. 13-point lead for Union. Ibafimi in the far corner. Dribbles to the right, picks it back up, skips it over to Concepcion as he skates towards the top of the key. Jenkins, no look over to Nae'Qwan Cousins, lost the ball. Cummins tries to steal it, rolling in the Union front court. Jacoby Wharton going one-on-one, finishes the layup, and now it's 90-75. Ugly possession for Bluefield. They have it back now. Jenkins under the basket, pumps a layup he missed. Nae'Qwan Cousins can't stick the putback, rebounded by Blakely, and you start to feel that Union has a control of this game. 90-75, and a backcourt is called just as we say that. Blakely passed it on to the right. Antoine had yet to cross that midcourt line. And Bluefield gets the ball back on a timely turnover. 15-point deficit. They need a run, and they need it fast. 3:52 left to go. Union beat them by 20 the last time they squared off in November. And now with a 15-point deficit, can the Rams make it interesting? Ibafimi lobs top of the key. Concepcion gives right wing for Jeremiah Jenkins. Now a feed into the corner for Brandon Shields. His bounce pass is tipped away by Lance Blakely out of bounds. And Bluefield will have an inbounds pass onto the right side of the basket with 18 seconds on the shot clock and 3:39 game clock. Kevin Burton instructing his team the best defensive look here. Jeremiah Jenkins looks from the right side of the basket, swings back in for Donnell Gooch. Spins, blocked by Derek Morgan. Had a good look at that shot, but Derek Morgan thought otherwise. Jacoby Wharton right in front of his head coach, passes at the logo for Lance Blakely. And they start to get the feeling that Union now wants to run out the clock, being patient. 3:20 left to go in this game. They lead by 15, 90-75 as they take the ball right to left in front of their own bench here. Shot clock now down at 7. Derek Morgan puts on the Jets, splits the defense, and you guessed it, another foul called on Bluefield. This will go on Donnell Gooch, his 4th. And now with the 10th foul of the half, Union will go to the line for 2 with 3:10 left to go in the game. Derek Morgan at the line again. Eyeing the rim, Derek Morgan, after having a rough first half, taking his time at the free throw line. Almost a comical amount of time. He shoots the free throw, bounces around and missed. Rams trail by 15 points, 3:10 left to go in the game. Francisco Williams walks back in. Donnell Gooch will exit with 4 fouls. Even with 2 of the better players for Union fouled out, Bluefield has failed to find a chance to come back as he missed both free throws. Rebounded by Francisco Williams, and a give over to Jeremiah Jenkins. Ibafimi at the left wing, dribbles in, free throw line jumper. Front rim miss. Tipped around, rebounded by Francisco Williams. Fouled on his way up to the basket. There were 4 Bulldogs ready to get that rebound, and Francisco Williams, tip of the cap to him. He has been able to fight and make this game interesting for Bluefield already. 12 points for him, and now he's on the floor and back up slowly, agonizing as he was shoved earlier in the game and now shoved again. So Williams goes to the line, down by 15, 90-75 the score here in Barberville, Kentucky. Eyeing the rim again. Bends the knee, shoots. That one was too hard. You could tell right as it left his fingers that he chucked that one too hard off the backboard. 90-75 the score. Eric Morgan stays in the game. Nae'Qwan Cousins checks in with Taekwon Reed. So Ibafemi and Donnell Gooch leave the game. 2:57 left. Francisco Williams once again eyes the rim, bends the knees, flicks the wrist, switch. 14-point deficit now, 90-76. Rams need to come back quickly. Union needs to stop scoring. Flat out, that's it. Bounce pass onto the right wing for Jacoby Wharton. Backs up towards the timeline. Union taking their time now, hoping for separation against Brandon Shields. Jacoby Wharton just waiting and waiting with the shot clock trickling down to now 9 seconds. Wharton on a crossover, starts to step in, drives, underhands Lance Blakely. He drives as well, passes out left wing. Cummins loops a three at the buzzer, missed from on the arc, and Williams lets it roll out over into that far corner. 90-76 the score, 2:24 left to go. Rams are down by 14 points. And Williams rolls the ball into Jeremiah Jenkins, who lets it roll towards the timeline and picks it up with 2:22 remaining. Rams need threes, down by 14. Taekwon Reed at the top of the key now. Rams can't afford to be patient here. Another pass at the top of the key. Overhead, Jeremiah Jenkins returns top of the key. Taekwon Reed fires a three, swish. 90-79, an 11-point game. And a timeout is called on the floor. 2:07, Taekwon Reed now in double figures with 2:07 left to play, an 11-point deficit. Well, stranger things have happened, folks, but the Rams are down by 11, 90-79, going right to left. Union taking the ball up with Dario Little working as the point guard. 2 minutes flat left to go, trying to push off of Trent Dunn. Rams have put out new players to spare some of the fouls for some of the key players for Bluefield. Top of the key, Dario Little, 13 on the shot clock. Passes right wing, Lance Blakely penetrates, scoops with the right hand, swatted by Cousins. Picked out of the air by Jeremiah Jenkins. Passes left wing, Taekwon Reed on a pump fake, drives to the basket, pumps a layup, rattles home, and the Rams are within single digits. 90-81 the score, a 9-point deficit that the Rams still need more defensive stops. And now Nae'Qwan Cousins tipped the ball out of bounds on the inbounds pass. 90-81 the score, a minute 32 remain. Both teams in the double bonus. Austin Cummins will throw the ball in, and he does, connecting with Wharton. And a walk is called on Wharton right in front of the Bluefield bench. He caught the ball, pivoted his foot, and the official gives the ball right back to Bluefield on their half of the court. A minute 30 remaining. The Rams down by 9. Playing against the number 11 team in the country in their house. Taekwon Reed flings it out into the backcourt for Jeremiah Jenkins. Minute 30 remaining and counting. Taekwon Reed into the left wing now. Puts it on the deck. Swings over to Jenkins into the right wing. Fires along two. Good! 90-83, 7-point game. Rams trying to come back. A minute 15 left to go. Dario Little will drive in. It is a 3-possession game. Little bounces right wing Cummins. His pass is tipped in the air and rolling out of bounds off of the hands of Nae'Qwan Cousins for Bluefield. With a minute 5 remaining, Rams are down by 7, fighting back and making it interesting. KJ Duronslet and DeMarcus Lohman both fouled out for Union. Two players that likely could have just put this game away for the Bulldogs. Minute 5 remaining. Meanwhile, for Nae'Qwan Cousins, 21 points. Pass into the far backcourt for Dario Little. And Trent Dunn chasing him down to get there. 1 minute remaining now. Dario Little walking across the timeline. 10 on the shot clock. Double team help coming from Taekwon Reed. Little in trouble, bounces top of the key. All alone under the basket, and Cummins arcs it up with the right hand. That will likely do it, 92-83. Rams tried to cheat for the steal. They couldn't get it. Down by 9 now. Jeremiah Jenkins into the front court, passes free throw line. Francisco Williams pivots for separation, spins, shoots, and scores. Off of the backboard and in, 92-85, 7-point game, 37.4 seconds remain, and a timeout called by Richard Morgan. Back into the game we go. 37.4 seconds remain. 92-85, an inbounds pass in, and it's immediately a foul called on Bluefield. Rams thought they had a clean swat of it, but instead it's a clean second ran off of the time. So now Jeremiah Jenkins with his third foul. And 2 shots ensuing for Union. They're going to come from Dario Little. We've not seen the free throws come from Little in this game. 92-85, 36.5 seconds remain. Rams have trailed by as much as 17 in the second half, with DeRonslet and Lohman on the bench at the moment for Union. Rams have been able to fight back. First shot for Little. Rolls around and falls in for Union. 93-85. Back to an 8-point game. Rams need to hit threes and hit them fast. Seems like they've been a little too patient on these last couple of possessions. And now with 36.5 seconds remaining, you bet they're going to start chucking up the trays. 93-85, and Little misses the second free throw. Rebounded by Gooch. Rams have to hurry. Taekwon Reed into the right wing. Steps up, top of the key. Three-pointer rolls off no good. Rebounded by Union, and that will likely do it. Dario Little pulls down the rebound. 27.1 seconds remain, and he'll go back to the line for 2 more shots. Few Rams at double figures. What a game for Francisco Williams, really stepping up off of the bench for Bluefield. That's his third foul, but 15 points for him. 21 points for Naekwon Cousins, Jeremiah Jenkins with 11, and Taekwon Reed racked up 12 right here in the second half, most of it. So instead of Dario Little, that foul was actually placed on Derek Morgan. So his first free throw tickles the twine, makes it 94-85. Barring a big miracle, Bluefield likely to fall to 13-10, 8-8 in the conference. Union College, their 2-game losing streak, a thing of the past, 17-6, 12-4 AAC. Both free throws are good for Derek Morgan. Back to a 10-point game. And the Rams seem to be a bit confused here. After that free throw, Derek Morgan went back. Rams did not move. Now Richard Morgan is trying to confirm what happened with the officials here. He is not liking these calls from the men in stripes in this game. So for Bluefield now, down by 10, 27.1 seconds remaining. Brandon Shields checks into the game. Donnell Gooch will leave. Down by 10 with under 30 seconds to go. Shields has a couple of threes from the first half, silent in the second half. Passes into Jenkins, shot clock is off. Miracle time needs to happen for Bluefield. Underhands Brandon Shields, lets it fly for three. Too short, rebounded by Morgan, and backed out of bounds by Francisco Williams. That'll be his fourth foul. Williams seems personally victimized by that foul call, but of all the foul calls, that was one of the more obvious. Now, Union will go for two more free throws here with 18.2 seconds remaining. Tough one for Bluefield to swallow. After being in it the entire first half, they had to play catch up for most of the second half and never got across for an equalizer. 95-85 the score. 18.2 seconds remain. Morgan a couple of bounces, bends the knees, shoots, and missed the free throw again. Well, for Union, when you move on from this game, you have to go and practice the free throws, especially if you're Derek Morgan. It has been a tough night at the line for him. Luckily, he's been aggressive enough to get it done under the basket. Second free throw. He missed both. Rebounded by Cousins. Jeremiah Jenkins going up and across the timeline now into the top of the key. Fires a three. Off the mark. Tipped out almost out of bounds. It's rebounded by Wharton. And a foul is called again. Right now, if you're Bluefield, you might just want to call off the Dogs with 8 seconds left. 95-85. Fourth foul on Naquan Cousins. He'll likely finish with 21 points. Jacoby Wharton will go to the line, who led the way for Union. A big first half for him. Scored 23 points overall. 3 men on the floor with double figures right now for Union. 14 for Lance Blakely and 13 for Derek Morgan. First shot for Wharton right through the net, makes it 96-85. High scoring affair we've had at Barberville, Kentucky. Wharton bends the knees, shoots again, and he scores. 97-85. 12-point lead. Jenkins takes the ball up. 5 seconds now. Dribbles into the right wing. Now the corner. Drives baseline. Shoots a layup. Scores at almost the buzzer with 0.9 seconds remaining. And that will be it. Bluefield falls on the road 97-87. Union with a clean sweep of Bluefield for another year. Rams trailed by 9 at half. They trailed by as much as 17 in the second half, and they fall by 10 after Jeremiah Jenkins floats to get his 13th point of the game. So Bluefield falls to 13-10, 8-8 in the AAC, while Union snaps their 2-game losing streak and wins their 17th game of the year to improve to 17-6 and 12-4 in the AAC. Fun one though, lots of scoring here in Barberville, Kentucky, where the Rams fall short. So reminding you the final score. My name is Bailey Engel. 97-87. Until next time, take it easy, Rams fans.